Hello everyone and welcome back to today's morning report, which I suppose was on Tuesday the 6th of January with me, Rich Pro Market Analyst at Hand Tech Markets. Let's look at Euro dollar now, and the Euro is, well, it's sort of formed a little bit of support, although just as we speak it's pretty much trading at the day low. And this is on the intraday hourly chart. This is the big sell-off that we've had in the last few days actually. Fell almost indiscriminately actually. Just come back here over the last few weeks. It's fallen back from, what was that, 25, almost 25, 25.70 back towards below 119 big figure. So around about 600 pips to the downside since mid-December. So a huge sell-off, you'd actually say that, on the euro in that time. And you can see that within this whole selling period you do get phases of the euro just rallying slightly. That was around about 80 pips to the upside, another one around about 50 pips, and what we've seen actually since the low 1880 is a slight rally to 1976, so that's around about 100 pips. So in the context of this selling period that we've had over the last 2-3 weeks, this has actually been, or this yesterday's move to 1776 was a pretty big rebound actually. And I would say that although we've got this this element of support that's coming, euros broadly speaking it's pretty much flat today, we've still had this big rally that, to be honest, has not done a great deal to unwind the chart, but it's pretty much the sort of rally that you could expect through this chart before the sellers return again. So what we've seen is this on the hourly chart, again the MACD lines come back towards neutral, bearish configuration since the 28th on the hourly chart on the MACD lines, and it looks like they're beginning to turn lower again. If I zoom in slightly there, beginning to turn lower already. Stochastics crossover sell signal again, so maybe this is the extent of this rally. And we're going to get pressure back on that 1880 low that we saw yesterday, and further downside in due course. I would say that that 100 pip rally that we saw intraday yesterday probably gives us a chance to sell. So I think anything back towards that 1950 area, maybe towards that 1976 rally high, is our chance to sell. I also think that there's a psychological resistance around 20 big figure that we need to keep in mind as well. So a couple of levels there for you to work with, but I think any sort of rebound that we get today, we're currently 5 pips down, maybe if you got, say, 30 pips to the upside, I think you'd probably be looking upon that as a chance to sell on the euro. As I think it looks like the euro is going to be pushing lower again back towards this $1.1880 level, and ultimately probably further to the downside. I mean, when you say further to the downside, you've got to go back 9 years to where we'd be going back to. Look at that, it's just on around this huge floor on the euro, and if you lost that floor, well, I mean, that would open significant, I mean, technically speaking, that would be almost cataclysmic in terms of downside, in that huge floor of support around that around this 1880 level. So huge element of support, and could see significant further downside if that level's breached. So interesting times on the euro. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.